Incredible India, a journey through time and culture. Welcome to a fascinating exploration of India, a land where ancient traditions dance with modern ambitions, and diversity paints every aspect of life in vibrant hues. Imagine a country that's home to over 1.4 billion people, speaking more than 1,600 languages, and following a multitude of faiths. This is India, a subcontinent of contrasts, where snow-capped Himalayas watch over sun-kissed beaches and bustling metropolises neighbor tranquil villages frozen in time. Our journey begins in the mists of antiquity. Picture this. Over 55,000 years ago, the first modern humans arrived in India, planting the seeds of what would become one of the world's oldest and most diverse civilizations. Fast forward to 3300 BCE, and we find the birth of the Indus Valley Civilization, a sophisticated urban culture that flourished along the banks of the Indus River. But India's story is far from simple. It's a tapestry woven from countless threads: invasions and empires, philosophies and religions, arts and sciences. From the spiritual quest of the Buddha to the architectural marvels of the Mughals, from the nonviolent resistance of Mahatma Gandhi to the economic powerhouse of today, India has continually reinvented itself while holding on to its ancient roots. Let's take a closer look at this land of wonders. Did you know that India is home to no less than 4 biodiversity hotspots? These are regions with an exceptional concentration of plant and animal species, many found nowhere else on Earth. From the snow leopards of the Himalayas to the Bengal tigers of the Sundarbans, from the lion-tailed macaques of the Western Ghats to the one-horned rhinoceros of the Eastern Himalayas, India's wildlife is as diverse as it is magnificent. But India's diversity isn't limited to its flora and fauna. It's a land where you can hear a different language every few hundred kilometers. While Hindi and English are widely spoken, India recognizes 22 official languages, each with its own script, literature, and cultural nuances. And that's just scratching the surface. There are hundreds more languages and dialects spoken across the country. Now let's talk about something that's close to every Indian's heart: food. Indian cuisine is a gastronomic adventure that reflects the country's diversity. From the fiery curries of the south to the rich, creamy dishes of the north, from street food that tickles your taste buds to royal cuisines that overwhelm your senses, Indian food is a celebration of flavors, aromas, and textures. And here's a fun fact. What we often call curry in the West is actually an umbrella term for a variety of dishes. In India, each dish has its own unique name and preparation method. But India isn't just about its past and traditions, it's a nation racing towards the future. In recent years, India has emerged as a global IT powerhouse, earning the nickname the world's back office. The country has also made significant strides in space exploration. Did you know that India is one of the few countries to have successfully sent a mission to Mars? The Mars Orbiter mission, affectionately known as Mangalyaan, reached the red planet's orbit on its very first attempt in 2014, a feat unmatched by any other country. Speaking of achievements, let's not forget India's contributions to mathematics and science. The concept of zero, the decimal system, and the calculation of pi to several decimal places. All these originated in India. Ancient Indian astronomers knew about the heliocentric theory centuries before Copernicus, and the famous Pythagorean theorem was known to Indians long before the Greeks discovered it. Now let's take a virtual tour of some of India's most iconic landmarks. Our first stop is the Taj Mahal, a monument that needs no introduction. This ivory white marble mausoleum, built by Mughal Emperor Shah Jahan in memory of his beloved wife, is not just a symbol of eternal love, but also a masterpiece of Mughal architecture. The play of light on its dome and minarets throughout the day is a sight that has mesmerized visitors for centuries. From the Taj Mahal, we move to the pink city of Jaipur, home to the magnificent Amber Fort. Perched atop a hill, this fort palace complex is a blend of Hindu and Mughal architecture. Its walls, made of red sandstone and white marble, seem to change color as the sun moves across the sky. Our next stop is Varanasi, one of the oldest continuously inhabited cities in the world. Situated on the banks of the holy river Ganges, Varanasi is the spiritual capital of India. The sight of thousands of devotees taking a dip in the river at dawn, The sound of temple bells and the smell of incense create an atmosphere that's both mystical and timeless. From the spiritual, we move to the natural, the backwaters of Kerala. Imagine a network of lagoons, lakes, and canals fringed by lush greenery. Now picture yourself on a traditional houseboat, gliding through these tranquil waters, watching local life unfold on the banks. This is the Kerala backwaters experience, a perfect blend of nature and culture. But India's natural wonders aren't limited to its mainland. The Andaman and Nicobar Islands in the Bay of Bengal are a tropical paradise with pristine beaches, crystal clear waters, and vibrant coral reefs. These islands are not just a treat for the eyes, but also home to some of the world's most isolated tribes, adding another layer to India's cultural diversity. Now, let's shift gears and talk about something that unites India like nothing else: cricket. This sport, introduced by the British, has become an integral part of Indian culture. On any given day, you can find kids playing cricket in the streets, parks, and even on rooftops. The Indian Premier League, a professional 2020 cricket league, has become one of the most watched sporting events in the world. But India's sporting prowess isn't limited to cricket. The country has produced world-class athletes in various sports, from Viswanathan Anand in chess to Saina Nehwal in badminton, from Mary Kom in boxing to Neeraj Chopra in javelin throw. Indian athletes have made their mark on the global stage. As we continue our journey through this incredible land, we can't ignore the vibrant tapestry of Indian arts and crafts. Each region of India has its own unique art forms, passed down through generations. The intricate patterns of Madhubani paintings from Bihar, the delicate embroidery of Kashmiri shawls, the colorful puppet traditions of Rajasthan, each tells a story of skill, creativity, and cultural identity. And then there's Bollywood, India's Hindi film industry that produces more movies annually than any other country in the world. But Bollywood is more than just entertainment. It's a cultural phenomenon that influences fashion, music, and even social norms across the country and beyond. As we wrap up this section of our journey through India, it's clear that we've only scratched the surface of what this incredible country has to offer. From its ancient civilizations to its modern innovations, from its natural wonders to its cultural treasures, India is a land that continues to fascinate and inspire. In the words of Mark Twain, India is the cradle of the human race, the birthplace of human speech, the mother of history, the grandmother of legend, and the great-grandmother of tradition. As we continue our exploration of India, let's dive into some of the challenges and triumphs that shape modern India. One of India's most pressing challenges is its rapid urbanization. Cities like Mumbai, Delhi, and Bangalore are growing at an unprecedented rate, creating unique urban landscapes where ancient temples stand in the shadow of gleaming skyscrapers. This urban growth brings opportunities but also challenges in terms of infrastructure, housing, and environmental sustainability. Speaking of the environment, India is at the forefront of the global fight against climate change. The country has made ambitious commitments to reduce its carbon emissions and increase its reliance on renewable energy. In fact, India is home to some of the world's largest solar parks, including the Bhadla Solar Park in Rajasthan, which is visible from space. But India's innovations aren't limited to renewable energy. The country has become a hotbed for startups, with cities like Bangalore earning the nickname India's Silicon Valley. From e-commerce giants to cutting-edge AI companies, India's tech scene is buzzing with creativity and entrepreneurial spirit. One of India's most remarkable achievements in recent years has been its digital revolution. The Aadhaar program, which provides a unique digital identity to over 1 billion Indians, is the largest biometric ID system in the world. Coupled with initiatives like Digital India, it's transforming everything from how people access government services to how they conduct financial transactions. Now, let's talk about something that's close to every Indian's heart: festivals. India is often called the land of festivals, and for good reason. Almost every day of the year, somewhere in India, a festival is being celebrated. From the colorful chaos of Holi to the glittering lights of Diwali, from the devotional fervor of Durga Puja to the harvest celebrations of Pongal, Indian festivals are a riot of colors, sounds, and emotions. But festivals in India are more than just celebrations. they're a reflection of the country's secular fabric. It's not uncommon to see people of different faiths participating in each other's festivals, embodying the Indian concept of unity in diversity. This diversity is also reflected in India's political landscape. As the world's largest democracy, India's electoral process is a marvel in itself. Imagine organizing elections for over 900 million eligible voters across terrains ranging from the Himalayan peaks to remote island territories. It's a logistical challenge that India meets with remarkable efficiency every 5 years. India's democratic journey hasn't been without its challenges, but the country's commitment to democratic values has remained steadfast. From the villages where local panchayats councils make decisions to the halls of parliament in New Delhi, democracy in India is vibrant and ever-evolving. As we near the end of our journey, let's reflect on what makes India truly unique. It's a land where ancient philosophies coexist with cutting-edge technologies, where centuries-old traditions blend seamlessly with modern lifestyles. It's a country that sent a mission to Mars while still grappling with earthly challenges. A nation that's home to some of the world's wealthiest individuals, and yet retains a spiritual outlook that often prioritizes inner richness over material wealth. India's story is one of contrasts and contradictions, of challenges and triumphs, of an unshakable spirit that has weathered invasions, colonialism, and the tests of time. It's a civilization that has absorbed, adapted, and evolved, yet retained its core identity through millennia. As we conclude, let's return to where we began, the incredible diversity that defines India. This diversity isn't just in terms of languages, religions, or cuisines. It's in the myriad ways of thinking, the countless ways of living, the infinite ways of being Indian. In the words of Jawaharlal Nehru, India's first prime minister, India is a geographical term. It is no more a united nation than the equator. And yet, there's an indefinable Indianness that binds this diverse land together. It's in the way a group of strangers on a train can become a temporary family, sharing food and stories. It's in the jugaad, the uniquely Indian concept of finding creative, improvised solutions. It's in the head wobble that can mean yes, no, or maybe, depending on the context. India isn't just a country, it's an experience. It's a sensory overload of sights, sounds, smells, and tastes. It's a philosophical idea, a cultural phenomenon, a historical epic, and a futuristic vision, all rolled into one. It's a land that can frustrate and fascinate in equal measure, a country that demands patience but rewards perseverance, with experiences that can be found nowhere else on Earth. As you've journeyed with us through the landscapes, history, and culture of India, we hope you've caught a glimpse of what makes this country truly incredible. But remember, this is just the beginning. India has a way of revealing itself slowly, layer by layer, to those who approach it with an open heart and an open mind. Whether you're planning a visit or simply curious about this fascinating land, we encourage you to keep exploring, keep questioning, and keep discovering. For in India, every ending is just a new beginning. Every answer leads to new questions, and every journey is a path to self-discovery. Thank you for joining us on this incredible journey through India. Namaste, and until we meet again.